cryptocurrency.
This webinar. Again, you guys, welcome to the Family Cash Machine. This is Eric Brent, and I am so elated to have you guys on this team, everybody that's here. I see we have a few new people, and we do this every day, and we usually do it for about an hour. Sometimes we go an hour and a half, but the information is so vibrating, and the information is so stimulating to where sometimes we get caught up because all of this stuff is relevant to our everyday life. We're talking about money. We're talking about economics. We're talking about the definition of money, what makes money, what money is not, what it is, what they taught you it is versus what it's not, and how value is created, what makes cryptocurrency a form of money. All this type of stuff we talk about. But I wanted to share this with you guys, and we're going to go ahead and talk about South Korea. We're going to talk about the SEC. We're going to talk about law enforcement, regulators in Washington, D.C., the Chinese government. They're right now afraid because we have a technology that basically can disrupt the order of money and the order of government as we know. That's not something that they planned. It just happened all of a sudden, okay, through this thing called Bitcoin. Bitcoin took off and people didn't realize what it was. Mostly MIT techie people were the ones that caught it in the beginning. They were like, oh my God, what is this? Okay, Satoshi Nakamoto, this guy said, you do this, you do that, and you can mine these things called digital coins on your computer. So a lot of techie people like Dave Lyons, that's there, you see him driving that truck, don't get it twisted. That guy's driving that little truck, but that guy's very, very intelligent when it comes to computer functionality because he went to school for programming. And he is actually the co-founder of the Fam Wealth Network software that we developed. But anyway, these people understood computer algorithms and all this other stuff. And that's why the first group of people that became multi-millionaires with cryptocurrency were techie people. The average person had no idea. When I heard Bitcoins, I was like, okay, what kind of coin is this? Is this a coin that's in a little bit? Is it a small little coin? I mean, I didn't know what it was. I thought it was, and they said, oh no, it's some product some Chinese guy invented. Now the Chinese, they said the Chinese invented it. I mean, that's what I heard when I first heard about it, and I dismissed it, like most people do. But what happened is after this coin reached about $1,300, it forced people to take a deep look at it. And they realized that there was a technology that was groundbreaking, and it could decentralize so many different industries and actually disrupt a third party. Okay, so let me say this: what is cryptocurrency? Why is they so afraid of it? Okay, well, when you have the ability to deal with one another and send money to each other or send value to each other without using money, sending value to each other without using money, and use your phone without going to a bank. And you can send money to each other within seconds anywhere in the world. I can send you $100,000 within 2 seconds, and you get it to your phone without me knowing your name, without me knowing your social, without me having your driver's license, in the hands of the people. To those that want to maintain control, that's dangerous. It's dangerous because they can't control. It's dangerous because they can't regulate the flow of money anymore. So now what you're seeing is the backlash. What is the price of success? You guys are the pioneers in this thing. And most of us in life don't realize that success comes with a price. Sometimes it means hours away from your family. Sometimes it means hours away from your wife. Sometimes it means that you got to study and you got to have the courage to reinvent yourself, and you got to have the courage to correct some of the things about your thinking or things that may be supplanted in your subconscious. You got to deal with that. The price of success sometimes means less friends. It means less time out doing things that you like to do. Sometimes it might mean that you might have to struggle for a while. Sometimes it might mean that you have to fail. Sometimes it means you have to be mocked and ridiculed and scorned. Sometimes being successful could be a vision that you have that nobody understands, and they ostracize you and call you crazy. So there is a price to success. Every person that's successful went through something. There's very few stories of people who are successful who don't have a lot of trial and tribulations in their elevation. And so this is where we're at in this industry. Right now, this is a currency war going on around the world. These governments are afraid that the people won't need them anymore to tax them, to count their money, to stop their money, to exploit their money. There's a frightening thing for them. So they're kicking up a little dust. So yesterday, they did a raid on 2 of the main exchanges in South Korea. Now, about 4 or 5 months ago, you had this incident where China came and shut down all of their exchanges. Interesting. Why are they attacking these exchanges? Because these exchanges are where people cash out their cryptocurrencies. These exchanges are where people exchange other cryptocurrencies, trade cryptocurrencies, and the excuse is they want to protect the people. They want to protect you guys. So that's what they're saying, because they don't want you guys to be scammed. So they want to protect you. So that's the auspices that they're going over. But in reality, this is a war. This is a battle. Okay, it's a battle for freedom. We're fighting for our freedom. We're fighting for the freedom of our money. We're fighting for the freedom of our own financial destiny, to be able to control our own financial destinies and not be obstructed, restricted, monitored, okay, and things like that, which has been going on with this system of fiat currency, okay? So with this particular currency, there's no limits. We can send as much as we want, as fast as we want, as many times as we want, and nobody is there to tell us, hold up, you can't send that much money. Oh, why are you sending that? And I need your mom's maiden name. I need this information, your birth certificate, where were you born, what's the last house you lived in, what's your old phone number, what's your email address. Too much information to do transactions. And this is slowing down transactions at a time when transactions need to move faster because the economy right now is down. So these governments are moving. And I'm going to tell you what the objective is: fear. They want to put fear in people. They want people to feel like, oh my God, we're doing something wrong. So they just shut down those exchanges. They're trying to create the atmosphere of fear. And they're also trying to create propaganda. So they're putting out stories like, oh, we're going to check this out. We're going to open up everything, and we're going to pass some laws here. So, everything can be okay and regulated by us. Duh! Blockchain cryptocurrency was created by itself without a government. It's the people that creates the coin. It's the people that mine the coins. It's the people that create the value. It's the people that monitor the exchanges. It's the people that validate all the different transactions without nobody's name, without nobody's social. It works great. It went from 0 to now 17,000 per coin without any approval of any government, without any approval of any regulatory systems. So you would have to be an idiot to now volunteer your information when this technology of encryptology is created to make you private. It's created in a cryptographic manner to where it's anonymous. They can't see who you are if you're using the technology. So now they're trying to propagandize this thing to make you think you have to ask their permission. See that? So now what they're going to do is force people to think. They're manipulating people's thoughts right now. They're creating a subconscious thing. Have you guys ever heard the saying that if you say something enough times, people will believe it? If I tell you guys the sky is blue, the sky is blue, the sky is blue, and you say that enough times, you believe the sky is blue. You guys are looking at me right behind, and the sky is blue. No, the sky is not blue. The sky is black. What you're seeing is a reflection of the sun bouncing off the waters, creating a mist around the planet, a ring that gives an illusion of blue. But then when you travel out into the sky, all you see is black once you break the ring, the atmospheric moisture ring, okay? So it's a deception. So again, but if you say it enough times, people believe it. And that's what they're doing. They're now starting to repeat, oh, we got to regulate this. Oh, we're going to make this okay for you guys. And we're going to shut this exchange down or that exchange so we can make it okay for you guys. So they're trying to subconsciously, through repetitious hypnosis, hypnotize you guys to think you need their permission. And you don't. This technology was created decentralized. Decentralizing meaning there's no central point that controls it. So as long as you stay anonymous, as long as you stay decentralized, and you're not using a centralized exchange, there's nothing no one can do. It's your right to deal with anybody that you want to deal with in the world, transact with anybody you want to transact with in the world, as long as you're not doing criminal activity. If you're doing a legitimate business deal with somebody and transacting money, there's no laws broken, okay? And so this is what is going on. It's a propaganda movement because they're afraid. And so I want you guys not to be, like Public Enemy says, don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype, okay? Stay focused on what we're doing and study as much as you can on decentralization. Study as much as you can on blockchain technology, Tango technology, hash graph technology. Study those technologies, how they work, and it actually is to the benefit of the people. It's going to liberate the people, and it's going to alleviate us having to trust someone with our money. I was talking to a guy today, and he came on the called me about our cycler. He said, man, I want to do the cycler, but I got bad experience with cyclers because, you know, people were taking too long to send the money. I said, whoa, time out. We have a software that was created. We did over 72,000 tests with our software, and we don't hold your money. We don't hold your Bitcoins. We have a software that automatically pays people, and we have now relieved the factor of trusting human beings to get paid out. Okay, the software is programmed to where it just operates, it moves as Bitcoins come in, it starts paying people. And then you got to send messages to it and tell them, hey, where you want your money to go to, what wallet you want. It's automated. You don't have to trust a human being, Bob or Joe or Sam, to send your money to Jane, and then Jane send it to LaQuisha, then LaQuisha send it. We don't have to trust that kind of system. That's what's been the problem in the world, that you have to trust people. Now we're autonomizing everything. Everything is autonomous, and it relieves us of the trust factor. That's what blockchain technology is. And everybody could check at any time all of the transactions. That alleviates us from cheating. Nobody can cheat when everybody can see. Things are done in the dark. But when there's light, it's hard to cheat when there's light. And that's what the blockchain technology, that's what cryptocurrency does. It sheds light on all the transactions. It allows everybody to see everybody at all times. So with that, I trust that kind of system, and it's all operating on a mathematical algorithm. It's not based on your feelings. It's not based on your political motives. It's not based on your prejudiceness. It's not based on your greed. It's all automated. That's what this technology is. And it's generated not by one source, but by a network and group of millions of people working together, sending signals to one another simultaneously. Wow, I love that. So that's what this technology is. And as long as you're using that, nobody can regulate that. Nobody can say, oh, we're going to give you permission. Just hold down. So they shut down those two exchanges, okay, as a sign, as a scare tactic to the people. But guess what's happening in South Korea right now? Protests. They're protesting because these people study. These Asian people, they read, they study. They know what the technology is about. They understand it. They get it. And they are protesting this stuff right now. But guess what happened when this occurrence yesterday? The markets went down. So you guys all see red everywhere. Everything's down. And so now you hear all these silly financial analysts out here going, we told you it was going to bubble. See, this is just a part of it right now. It's starting to bubble. But me and Dave have a saying, buy the dip. When it dips like this, that's when you guys buy, because it's going to go back up, because you can't make cryptocurrencies. Once you create the proof of work or whatever company it is, that's it. You can't add more coins. There's a set number on all these companies. That's what creates value, because as the demand grows for that particular coin, and that coin can't grow with the demand, as a result, you have value. Simple supply and demand. That's what makes this industry so powerful. But at the same time, I want to share something with you guys. We're not going to talk about that too much. I want to share a few names with you guys. Mark Andreessen, Peter Thal, okay? The Winklevoss twins, Tim Draper, and Mike Novogratz. And the reason I'm going to share these names with you guys is because so many people in our communities are like, it sounds kind of good with you guys, but that's, it's just a trend. It's just not going to last. It's kind of sound like a scam, and it sounds like it's I don't understand it. It's just, you can't just make your own money. It just doesn't work like that. So many people out there who are skeptical. I'm talking to you guys right now who are skeptical. Everybody on this call with me are not skeptics. They're all in. There's maybe one or two people on this call right now that are just kind of checking it out, trying to figure out what's going on. But I'm going to say something to you guys. I don't have to convince anybody about this industry. I could go full steam ahead with what I know and make millions of dollars without talking to anyone. But that wouldn't be no fun. It's more exciting when you have a group of people all making money together. To me, it's more exciting. Okay, so what I wanted to say is we're not trying to convince people. That's not what we're doing. We're not trying to convince anybody, okay? But I like proof. I like facts. I like to make people think and go, And I want to show something to you guys right now that I thought was quite interesting. Let's pull up this gentleman right here. I want to pull up somebody and show you guys. Let me go to my, excuse me. I'm going to go to my, okay. We're going to go here. I want you guys to see. I'm going to share my screen right now. Let's look at this guy here. I love this guy. Mark Andreessen. I should have him here. There he is. Here he is. Love this guy. Let me share my screen with you guys. Share my screen. Why am I sharing these names with you guys? We're going to see. We're going to watch this. Here's Mark Andreessen. I hate to say it, but Mark looks like one of the cone heads. This is Mark Andreessen right here, and all of his pictures kind of look like that too. Okay, but we're gonna go ahead and let's look at this guy here, Mark Andreessen. Wow, he's not a billionaire yet, I don't think. But I'm gonna why am I talking about Mark Andreessen? This guy right here is an entrepreneur, born in 1971, co-founder of a company called Ning. Okay. Sold a software to Hewlett Packard and Opsware. Okay. Mark Andreessen also, I believe, was one of the co-founders of, I'm going to say this. Mark Andreessen created a software called Netscape. You guys remember Netscape was one of the first, see right here, was one of the first browsers on the internet. Okay. He's one of the co-founders of Netscape. Okay, he created that. And then also from there, he invested in Facebook. Mark Andreessen also was the investor in Twitter. I think Mark Andreessen right now is worth not $1 billion yet. I'm going to see. Let me see what he's worth. Maybe 600 million. Here it is, net worth. What is Mark Andreessen worth right now? He didn't hit $1 billion. I would imagine because the cryptocurrency prices are going up. Mark Andreessen now is worth $1.7 billion. 1 billion, I think it's 70,000 or something, 700,000. But Mark Andreessen, interesting, is very, very heavily invested in cryptocurrency right now. Heavily invested in cryptocurrency. Now, I think this guy, being one of the first investors in Facebook, now, if we remember, Facebook was a trend, no question. Okay, now, even before that, this guy was one of the first visionaries and invented one of the first browsers to get people on the internet. In 1993, 94 internet pops up. He's got this browser connecting people to the internet. He made a bunch of money understanding trends, technological trends. I think he knows something. Mark Andreessen, heavily invested in cryptocurrency right now. Okay? So let's go to the next guy. This other guy here is pretty interesting too. It's Peter Thal, Mr. Peter Thal. You know, I did a little research on Peter. Let's see, Peter, here he is, Peter Thal. Now, the interesting thing about this gentleman, Peter Thal is the reason why Bitcoin went to $17,000 a coin. Because Peter Thal's company, one of his companies called Founders Fund, had been found out to own, okay, several $100 million of Bitcoins. Let me say that again. Let me show you a picture of Peter. Where's a picture of Peter? You guys need to see these people. There's Peter. There's a good picture of Peter right here. Mr. Peter Thal is the co-founder of PayPal. Okay? Mr. Peter Thal in 2014 was number 4 on the Forbes magazine. Peter Thal is a billionaire. I just showed you one billionaire. We're not talking about average people. We're not talking about millionaires. Billionaires. Mr. Peter Thal is in the elite 100th of 1%, or I would say 1,000th of 1% of the population. There's only 1,400 billionaires in the world. I keep telling you guys that. I want you guys to understand how small that is. But these are self-made billionaires. These are billionaires who made their money in a trend called internet or technology, the technology trend, okay? So these guys know what they're doing. They understand trends, they capitalize on trends. This guy is actually a venture capitalist. This guy here put $500,000 in Facebook when Facebook first started. So I don't have to tell you how much money he made. Okay, this guy here, again, is the co-founder of PayPal. And in 2017, he was number 315 on Forbes magazine out of the top 400 richest people. He was 315. He's no joke. I think he knows what he's doing. I think he's intelligent. I think he has a group of powerful people that helps him to make his decisions. He, right now, is heavily invested in cryptocurrency. He's got hundreds of millions of dollars in cryptocurrencies. And people and our peers and people around us are still thinking this thing is a scam, still thinking, oh, why is everybody talking about Bitcoin? Why is everybody talking about that? I was just, okay, whatever. It's just 17,000, whatever. Why is it that these powerful men are highly invested in cryptocurrency? Just trying to make people think. That's all I'm trying to do. Okay? Now, I want to go to someone else that you guys might have heard of. Family name. And these guys are, there they go, the Walkenvoss twins. How many people heard of them? The Walkenvoss twins. Here's the picture I like of them right here when they're on Wall Street. You know, these are the guys who claim that Facebook or Mark Zuckerberg stole the idea from them. I don't know if that's true or not. I know that they won hundreds of millions of dollars in court. You guys saw the movie. These are the guys. These guys of course, invested in Facebook because, you know, they got over 300 million from Facebook for a part of their role in that company. Okay. Now I'm trying to show you a pattern here. So far, the 3 guys that I showed you are 4 because these are twins. Okay, we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back. Let's do a little pool on those guys. Okay, these guys are now worth $1 billion. They put 11 million in cryptocurrencies. Okay, they put $11 million in cryptocurrencies. So now their estimated net worth is over $1 billion. They're billionaires. Wow. These guys are billionaires. Now, it's interesting that these first 3 guys that I mentioned all invested in Facebook. We know Facebook to be the phenomenon that it is. No social media website has ever had 1.7 or 8 billion people, like almost 1/3 of the entire Earth's population is on one social media website. And all these guys had the vision to see that it was going to go And I don't think they knew it was going to be that significant, but they knew it was going to be a moneymaker, and they all invested. They all got in. That's the point I'm making. These 3 people who I just pointed out, these 4 people actually, Peter Thal, Mark Andreessen, and the Winklevoss twin, all are technological visionaries. They all have invested in Facebook and other technological companies. Peter Thal being the co-founder of PayPal, okay? Mark Andreessen being the founder of Netscape. These guys understand technological value. And all of them are deeply invested in cryptocurrency. In fact, I think, Dave, can you hear me, Dave? Are you there?
Yeah.
Am I correct? Is it the Winklevoss twins? Don't they own, is it Shapeshift?
No, they don't own Shapeshift. That's Eric Voorhees.
Yeah, Eric Voorhees. What do they own? They own a couple of companies. I think it's, what is it? What company do they own?
I think they just holders of Bitcoin now. I don't think that they represent a company.
I thought it was
the founders of Gemini Exchange.
Gemini Exchange, yes.
Yeah, Gemini Exchange. They're the ones in charge of that.
Thank you, Joe. I knew it was a company they own in the cryptocurrency space. Thank you, Joe.
Or they founded it. They founded it.
They founded Gemini Exchange. Thank you, Joe.
Yeah.
So these guys, again, man, they're not playing. They end this thing both feet in. Both feet in, okay? We're talking about generational wealth on the Family Cash Machine. The Family Cash Machine is about generational wealth, creating generational wealth. These guys already created generational wealth, and they're still going because they're young, and they see and they have vision, and they have the money to capitalize. You don't have the money that they have, but you do have the time, because all these guys didn't start off billionaires. They're billionaires. These guys are self-made billionaires from technology, and they're all in this space. I'm not done. I got one more. I got a couple more here. One second. Let's go. I think you guys get the picture of where I'm going, but I'm making a point to the public, actually. So we're going to go into some more here. Let's do some more. I'm making a point here about how this technology is not being overlooked by those with money. The people with money, they own it. They own it. Now, just because you don't have the money they have, don't think you can't make generational wealth, because this industry is what made them their wealth. The technological industry, the trend of technology, the trend of technology. They're riding the trend of technology. That's all they're doing. They're not smarter than you guys. They're just acting. They're acting on what they know. They're moving in accord to what's happening. They're not fighting technology. They're moving and embracing it and going along with it and putting their money with it once it's established. Cryptocurrency is established. I don't care what any government does. I don't care what nobody says. This is an opportunity for you guys to just really crush it. It's all on you, but you got to put the work in and you got to pay the price for success. These guys are all paying the price. I think the Winklevoss twins have gotten turned down 2 times now with the ETFs. They've been in front of Congress. They've been in front of Senate. They've watched people go to jail. There's people that went to jail to get this cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, to the point where it's at. Okay? And some of them didn't do anything other than governments are mad at them because they introduced it to the people. So they had made up some stuff. So there's a price for this. There was a price for this. And now you guys are paying a price. Hey, they just took my BitPay card. That's gone now, Visa. Just disbanded the BitPay. Maybe they'll come back with something else. The BitPay people will come up with MasterCard or something. I don't know. They made up some rinky-dink excuse, but this is all the price that we're paying for pioneers for success. Right now, I mean, there's more people accepting what I'm saying, but I was speaking about this at a time when people looked at me like I was crazy. You know, and even today, you can even go into the grocery store and say cryptocurrency, and most people won't know what the heck you're talking about. Now, because of the news, you can say Bitcoin. A lot of people have heard of it, but they still don't get it. They still don't know what it's really about. Now, I want to go to one more guy. We talked about him yesterday. Mr. Mike Novogratz is another guy worth $2 billion. Let me share my screen. Can you guys see my screen? I'm going to share my screen. Sorry about that, you guys. Let's show a picture of this guy. You need to see these people. Here he is, Mr. Mike Novogratz. Let me see what picture I like of Mike. I like this picture of Mike right here. This guy here is a hedge funder. He's very famous for hedge funds. Okay, Mr. Mike Novogratz is now a multi-billionaire. Mr. Mike Novogratz has invested over 10% of his wealth in cryptocurrency. Are you guys seeing a pattern here? Over 10% of his wealth now is in cryptocurrency. So do you think these guys are getting scammed? I mean, let's just really talk about it. People say some of the most idiotic stuff. People come on my page sometimes and say, oh, hey, this is a circus and the show is going to be over soon. And these guys look intelligent to make these comments on my page. And I'm like, are you serious? It's not hard to find the truth here. It's not hard to find the money. All you got to do is follow the money. Just follow the money. That's it. Follow the money. These people have unlimited resources to research industries. And not only do they have unlimited resources, these guys have already made billions of dollars, so they have experience. They're heavily invested in this industry. Okay? This guy here, Mike Novogratz, I said yesterday, and I'm going to say it again, has created the biggest and the first hedge fund in Bitcoin, in cryptocurrency, over $500 million hedge fund so far and growing every day. Now this guy has decided he's going to start the first merchant bank in cryptocurrency, lending money to startup cryptocurrency companies. He's ahead of the game. He's staying ahead of the game. That's how you win. You stay ahead of the game. Now, is it going to work for him? He's going to go through some challenges. He's going to have some pitfalls. He's going to have to pay the price to be successful at that. The Wackenbach twins been knocked down twice. I think now 3 times now in front of the SEC for an ETF for Bitcoins. So this doesn't come with all the glory all the time. I mean, there's some trials and tribulations you have to go through to be successful. But I think $2 billion, Mike Novogratz, is pretty successful. Even though he's got to go through some major hurdles and challenges to get to the next levels that he's trying to get to, he's willing to pay the price. Okay? And so I'm going to share one more name with you guys, and I didn't get a chance to go over this guy. I've heard a lot about Mr. Tim Draper. Can anybody on this call tell me about Tim Draper before we go into Tim Draper? Okay, nobody's heard of Tim Draper. Okay, if you guys want to know, another billionaire. Yes, Tim Draper is a billionaire. Let's pull up his bio. I'm going to share my screen with you guys so you can see his bio and who he is. Tim Draper. Okay. And we could go on and do this all day, but this is going to be the last one. Okay, here's Mr. Tim Draper right here. Okay, University of Stanford, founder and manager of Draper Fisher Jurvetson, worth $1 billion. Okay, here he is right here, billionaire cryptocurrency guy. Wow, let's pull him up. Let's see what it says about Mr. Tim Draper. He's backing a new cryptocurrency, okay? Backing a new cryptocurrency for the first time. Draper was one of the early supporters of what? Bitcoin. So we know he made money there, okay? Went to Rutgers University, digital currencies. I don't know that much about Mr. Tim, but I've heard of his fund, the Draper Fund. But this guy, again, is a venture capitalist. Wow. He's a venture capitalist. He's launching the ICO. He launched the ICO, looks like. Okay. Participate in Tezo coins. Anybody ever heard of Tezo coins? Tokens? You heard of that, Dave?
It was the biggest ICO ever. The CEOs came out and did Bitcoin activities.
That's the one that did the 250 million, right?
Yup, Tezos. Yup.
Tezos did 250 million in like 2 hours or something, right?
Yup.
Broke the record.
Some dumb number like that. Yeah, some dumb number like that.
He broke the record, and after he did that, that's when they changed the laws and made ICOs illegal in America. So again, these people are paying prices for this. These people are paying prices for this. But I think that was a great company. It wasn't a, I don't know what it's about, but there was no scam behind it. It just broke so many records. It raised a lot of eyebrows. But again, you guys, hold up. Can we do one more that everybody in the world knows? Let's do one more that everybody in the world knows. I think everybody in the world knows this guy right here. Okay, where is he at? Let's go back. See, you guys didn't know these people, but you know some of the companies like PayPal. You guys heard of PayPal, Netscape. You guys heard of that. Facebook, all of those guys were invested in. But let's pull this guy up right here. Okay. Microsoft, Mr. Bill Gates. He just invested. Did he not just invest in IOTA? Oh my goodness. I knew that, but I want you guys to see that. Microsoft is heavily invested in IOTA, the Internet of Things, a cryptocurrency, in the top cryptocurrencies on CoinMarketCap. And I think this guy invested over $400 or $500 million in other cryptocurrency companies, including Ethereum. And I think he has another company Microsoft owns. What's that other company? It starts with an S, Dave. Stratus. He's got his own coin called Stratus. Let's show Bill Gates. Everybody know what he looks like, but I just like to show his face in case anybody in the world has never heard of Bill Gates. I don't know who has not, but I like to show his face here.
Can I add something real quick?
Go right ahead.
Okay, so Bill Gates, let's look at what he's doing. He started his own coin blockchain Stratus, basically Windows on the blockchain. His net is the Windows net architecture on the blockchain. So he got that going. Then now on the other end, he messes with the IOTA, which is the Internet of Things. So basically, you're trying to corner two parts of the new world market with the Internet of Things and automating Windows to be on the blockchain at the same time.
Wow. Now, everybody on this call know he's also a billionaire. Remember, this is a small group of people. So, I can't be mad at them. They see opportunity. They're not doing too much talking. They're doing. And some of them are going through some I know Bill Gates went through a lot of ups and downs with Ethereum when they first started. They got hacked. All kind of stuff went on. So, we're paying the price. But again, his price that he's paying is not bad because he's already reached the pinnacle of success. But we're all going to go through our challenges as we're trying to attempt and pioneer to make this industry change systems that's been going on for centuries. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be very worth it at the end of the day. And there's a lot of teammates of ours already making really a life-changing income right now all over the Family Cash Machine. People are making life-changing income, and it's exciting, because it's new and it's like easy. It's not as hard as people think it is. And so with that, I just wanted to make that point, you guys, that with all the chaos going on in the world, with all these different governments trying to, I'm not going to say stop cryptocurrency, but hinder you guys from seeing the light on change and disrupting you from through fear and hypnotic suggestion to not go forward and continue to study and continue to research decentralization and apply it in an applicating manner. So if they can create these stories and get people to talking, because I get people to talk and call me all the time and say, hey man, did you see what China did? Hey man, first of all, do not call me and tell me what China did. You can't even pray in China. China is a communist country. You can't even go to church in China. So I think that's a bad example to me to try to show me where this industry is going, because China, again, is a total communist country. The rules there are totally different. So I think they're a bad example of this where this industry is going. Now, North Korea, South Korea, not too far from China. So even though they may be more westernized than North Korea, you know, some of the same traditions, I would say, are throughout the Asian culture. And so governments control a lot in those cultures over there. They control a lot. And like I said, the Asian people are very accepting of futuristic technologies, very accepting. So they grab this first, and they're very mathematically inclined. They're very technologically inclined. So they embrace this first. So now governments are trying to get a check on it and trying to frighten people back into centralization. And we can't fall for that. We got to stay focused and use this technology in the basic premises that it was created was to free you guys from any kind of manipulation, free you guys from any kind of trust of any third party, to free your money to move unrestricted, unregulated, to free your money up and to free your thought process to transact with anybody anywhere in the world as you please. It's your money. So that's what this whole thing is about. And don't ever lose sight of that. And don't ever lose sight of the fact that we're going to go through some challenges because we are the first. We are the pioneers. And we have to be willing to pay those prices in order to get to our final destination. But I believe that the final destination is well worth everything we're going to go through to get there. And there's definitely a rainbow at the end of all of this. And some of you guys are tasting the rainbow now, as many people on the family cash machine are making enormous profits in this industry right now. And so with that, it leads me to introduce to you guys again, the Fam Wealth Network, which is a system we created that's going to accumulate Bitcoins at a rapid rate. We all have our positions, and now we're getting ready for the traffic. I'm creating more content. I'm creating more training videos right now, and I'm about to start launching these educational videos, and we're going to be forcing people, okay, to want to learn more about money, because things are getting so bad that people they know something's wrong, and so they want to they want the questions to the answers of why things are so bad, why the money is so regulated, why our movements and restrictions are so monitored. People want answers, okay? And when they see how freely we're moving, okay, people want to know. And so the Fam Wealth Network is creating right now a massive movement, and I'm telling you guys, and it's going to take some time, but I think within a 2 or 3 week period, I'm not going to say this week, but I'm saying within a 3 or 4 week period, it's going to explode, because we have the highest payout of any other system out there. We're paying a 580% return on your investment in Bitcoins. And so, and not only are we paying out 580%, we've already done it on 75 cycles. And we've already paid out over 21 Bitcoins in the test month that we tested it in the month. We ran over 72,000 scenarios, making sure that the software was working, and we were able to tweak some of the bugs out of it to get it to run the way it's supposed to run. And now we're there where we're getting ready to go crazy with the traffic, and we're getting ready to go crazy teaching people about cryptocurrencies, about decentralization, blockchain technology, Tango technology, the Internet of Things, smart contracts, hash graphs, thousands of transactions, hundreds of thousands of transactions per second, changing history as we know it economically, and also getting rid of the trusted so-called third party, and allowing people all over the world to connect and deal with each other without any restrictions is a frightening thought for those that want to control your money. But it is a very liberating thought for me, because I know how much I've been held back and you've been held back by people regulating your money. So it's a new day. It's a new day. I didn't do it. Eric Brett. Technology did it. Mathematics did it. Evolution did it. Okay? And you can't fight evolution. You're not going to win. And so as man has become smarter and smarter through the thousands of years, we're at this point now where the system of money that we know is about to be disrupted. And I'm just positioning myself to capitalize on it. That's it. Not a brilliant genius. I'm just smart enough to know I'm going to embrace technology and roll with the punches and not try to fight it. Because if I'd have tried to fight against the internet, I would look pretty silly right now. And there are some people right now that are still saying, I don't want no internet phone. I don't want that. Well, you won't have a phone. If you don't have an internet on a phone that's internet capable, you won't have a phone. You know, at one point we had a choice. We could get a phone without internet capability, and now we don't have a choice unless we buy one of those old relic phones, and it almost doesn't make sense. It's almost like you have to go out of your way to do that because everything now is more internet, compatible. So with that, you guys, we're going to get ready to go and sign out of here. Anybody here has anything they want to share with their team before we sign out of this call tonight? No?
Yeah, how about the equity rate? Hear me?
Yeah, you're going in and out, Dave.
Okay, yeah, sorry about that. Hey, what I was going to say is, I think it's kind of funny that after South Korea raided those exchanges, they got their leaders sitting up there saying he don't know what happened, and that person that controlled the raid was reprimanded.
We can't hear you, Dave, that much. We can barely hear you. The mic is too far.
Give me 1 second to get outside.
All right. Winslow, did you have something you wanted to say?
No, I'm sorry. No.
Okay. I see we got a few new people here. If they have any questions about cryptocurrency, this will be the time because there may be some people that want to ask questions but are afraid. So any question that you ask, it could be that you're asking for other people as well that need to hear the answer. So don't be shy. There's no such thing as a dumb question because if you don't know, you need to find out. So we welcome you guys. We want you guys to be a part of this team. We're building a great team here in the technological space. We're not computer geniuses. I didn't grow up being a computer techie guy. I did real estate appraisals, but this technology is very simple, and we have the knowledge on this team to kind of break it down to you guys over time and position you guys to start winning in this industry. And it's not going to take $1 million to do it. $1 billion. You don't even have to have multiple thousands of dollars. You can start off in this industry for a couple $100, $500, $600, $100. I mean, you can start off with a little bit of money and start gaining more knowledge on this team because there are a lot of scam companies out there. Don't think that you can just jump out there and just start making money. There are a lot of companies taking people money. And so we're experienced enough to know and analyze these companies and research these companies. I think Strategic Man taught me a lot about researching companies. He's very good, researching the company structure, the owners of the companies, the business model. That's why he's called Strategic Man. He's really good with that. And myself, Dave is a technological guy, so he looks at the technology. Joe, we have a lot of experience here. So people that want to get into the cryptocurrency space, I mean, more power to you. We wish you the best, but you really want to come in a team of people that have experts in different areas. So you don't just be throwing your money out there and learning while you're losing. No, we got a motto: earn while you learn, not earn while you're losing later on after you lose. No, that's not good because it's going to take you a lot of losses to learn, and you don't want to go through that. So, Dave, are you ready to share with us?
Yeah, I was just going to say, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, yeah, I was just going to say, I thought it was kind of odd that after they raided those exchanges, then you got the leader of South Korea sitting up there saying they're not banning exchanges and cryptocurrency. They're not banning Bitcoin, and they don't know who called for those raids, but the person gonna be reprimanded. Now, did you hear that?
Yeah, but that's the propaganda.
Right.
That's the propaganda. No raid goes on that magnitude without the Minister of Finance knowing about it, and the president of that. No way. They knew about that because these exchanges are producing billions of dollars right now, billions of dollars in exchange of cryptocurrencies. So there's no way they didn't know. And also they're saying we're not going to outlaw it. But they haven't made a decision yet on their cryptocurrency regulated law that they're trying to pass. They still haven't passed that thing. So how can they say they're not going to outlaw it? How can they say that? You know, so it's a lot of propaganda going on, and that's what this thing is whole to me about. It's about creating fear in people and to make people subconsciously think that they're doing something wrong when they're not. But it's also about a disruption that they're afraid of happening that's going to happen. This disruption is going to happen. They can't stop it. The only thing they can do is reveal to you guys who they really are. And the only thing they can do is reveal, you know, how deep the rabbit hole is. But they're going to trick a lot of people. There's no question about it. But they can't fool me. And they're not going to fool you guys. You know, just like I said, there's a lot of billionaires right now that are not in the forefront like those guys I showed you. And they're speaking bad about cryptocurrency, but in the back corners, they're investing and they're not telling you guys. There's a lot of that going on too. Because like I told you, when people buy a product, it makes that product go up in value. When people don't buy it, it comes down. So billionaires want to keep the price low so they can get as much of this stuff as they can. So when the price do shoot up and you realize they were lying, they don't care. They didn't make their family rich for the next 100 years. And so that's what it's all about. It's about deception. It's about corruption. And it's about profits. And so I just don't believe that some of these billionaires like Warren Buffett and Jordan Belfort, I just can't believe these guys are not buying this product when all those powerful guys I just showed you are buying this product. And they're making it known they're buying this product. So I think we need to be following those guys and not worrying about what other people say. And I showed you guys that for a reason. So when idiots come to you guys, oh, this is not going to work. This is a scam. Bitcoin is a bubble. It's going to bust. You're putting your money in there. You're going to lose. I'll see you later. You know, when people come to you guys with this stupid stuff, you can go through those names I just showed you guys and say, well, hey, are they scamming Bill Gates? Hey, are they scamming Mark Andreessen? They're scamming Peter Thiel. All these guys are getting scammed. For real? They're scamming Mike Novogratz? For real? These guys are masters in finance. These guys were not born with billions. These guys made billions with their mind and their knowledge of finance. So they're getting scammed, huh? Okay, right, whatever. So who are you going to believe? Those idiots talking or these guys here who are trendsetters in the financial industry? I think I believe these guys. So that's something you guys can use as a somewhat of a, you know, a defense to beat off the haters. You know, some people they're just going to be naysayers anyway. It doesn't matter what you show them. You can show them the moon and they still won't believe. That's just some people. So I don't even waste my time with people like that. And it all depends on how a person's attitude is and the tempo of their voice when they talk to me, whether I'm going to even entertain it at all. And so if they come to me in the wrong tempo, I don't even entertain. I'll be like, okay, whatever. Have a nice day. You know, because at the end of the day, there's a saying that goes, those who laugh last, laugh the hardest. How about that? Go ahead, Dave. Did you finish your comment that you were making?
Yeah, I just saw that report. I saw the guy standing up there making it in front of the people, you know, in front of the reporters talking about the person on your record.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you again. You're real low. Yeah, you're real low.
So basically, can y'all hear me now?
That's it. There you go.
Okay. I said it just had me kind of puzzled. I was scratching my head watching the guy up there talk about the person gonna get reprimanded and they didn't know. And I'm sitting up like, huh? How y'all didn't know? That they was gonna raid?
Did they open those exchanges back up?
I haven't even checked.
No, they haven't. They haven't opened them back up. But it's a good for us because the market is down. See, one thing about investing in anything, you benefit from news. You research your market, you know your market, and when things happen, you capitalize on it. So because these raids went down in South Korea, everybody's all scared. Like, oh my God, they're scared. Like people are scared, and money. You notice, everything's in the red. That's when I buy. Because when it starts going up again, which it will, because again, there's not enough Bitcoins, only 16 million. You can't make them. So the news media is still going on Bitcoin. The jury is still out to session. And guess what? People is still buzzing. It's still buzzing. And people want in. People want to know about Bitcoins. It's made too many news media headlines. And so more and more demand. And you can't make that product. It's going to be 2,140 before the rest of the Bitcoins are mined, which is only 5 million left. So you got all of this time you got to wait. And you got all this demand that can't wait that long. The value is just going to keep going up. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. So that's why we have this Bitcoin cycler as well. So we can get you guys as much Bitcoins as we can get you within the next year, 2 years. You're in the game. You're sitting back with 100, 200 Bitcoins. Like, ha-ha. And now you got other coins too, and you're in the game and have all this knowledge on what to do with it. And you got some that you got on Huddle, and then you got some that you out here and you're living your life and doing the things that you need to do. Huddle, which means hold on to dear life. You got some that you can hold on for dear life. Could you imagine having like 50 or 60 Bitcoins in 30 years from now? You know what they're going to be worth? They could easily be worth $1 million a piece. And you can just set that in your family trust fund. And now you got all this other money, these millions that you've been, trading coins, other coins, buying smart contract companies and all these other companies that you guys are being invested in, learning this stuff. You're going to be in a very wealthy situation. And you'll have 20, 30 million just sitting over here. It's just sitting in the trust fund because you bought Bitcoins when they were only 15,000 a piece. So that's where this thing is going, you guys. Believe me, it's definitely an exciting historical economic journey, but it's very challenging too. It's going to be a lot of challenges. We're going to get a lot of arrows in our back because we are pioneers, but it's okay because to whom much is given, much is expected. And so those of you guys who can withstand it, that's why they always say the race is not to the swift, but to those that can endure to the end. That's pretty much what's going on right now. To you guys who can stay in this thing and maneuver for the next year or 2 years or 3 years, oh my God. The sky's the limit of where you'll be at economically. Does that mean you're not going to go through challenges? Does that mean you guys may not take a few losses in this industry? No. You're going to take some hits, some bruises, some bumps, and all of that stuff. But guess what? It's going to be very profitable in the end for you guys. So with that, I don't have much more to say. You guys have a great evening. Strategic Man, you got something you want to share?
I just appreciate the team and the family, man, and keeping the positive atmosphere out there because there is a lot going on, and it's coming from all angles. I mean, it's unimaginable the type of tactics that they will use to keep their control, and you have to be able to decipher which is what is real and what ain't. And the only way you could do that is with the knowledge and understanding of what it really is. And I appreciate you spreading the news and keeping us abreast on things that are going on. You and Dave is doing an outstanding job with information, and we're all gonna win in the end.
That's right.
If we stay together and communicate. That's the most important thing, is the knowledge and the understanding of it.
All right. Thanks for sharing that with us, Strategic Man. You guys have a great evening, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. And to those that are watching this video, grab that link underneath if you guys want to join the Family Capture and learn more about cryptocurrency. Become a part of the Fam Wealth Network and get you some Bitcoins. Then go ahead and grab that link under this video. You guys have a great evening. Peace.
night, everybody.
Cryptocurrency.